Hi, welcome.
Thanks so much for having us today.
Absolutely. Yes, which is right around the corner.
Literally. So should we do it?
Let's get into
Let's
it.
do it.
Okay.
To start, can I just say this studio is fabulous? Can you tell us a little bit about where we are?
Yes, so we are in the historic Eastern Market of Detroit, which has been a really important pillar of my family for the past 3 generations. So, fun fact about this area, the Eastern Market of Detroit is the largest outdoor market in the country. So it is the best place to be.
It's truly an incredible block.
Yes.
Tell us, what were you working on right before I knocked on?
Oh, okay, come on. Follow me. Yes. Welcome. I love how it just opens up. um, so this beauty over here is one of the most recent works that I've been, working on. And for this new body of work that I'm doing for the museum, I'm just practicing allowing myself to be free, comfortable, and just really have fun in the material and the storytelling. So, yes.
I love it.
Thank
So
you.
is this your favorite time of day to be in the studio?
Yes, so because the lighting is so amazing, I work with the rhythm of the sun. So, yeah, I historically prefer the nighttime, but this is the first studio that I've had like the best lighting. So I just really honor the sun. Yeah.
Why did you become an artist?
That's a good question. Honestly, Andy, I was born an artist. It's just something, it's not even anything that I had to like think about or negotiate. It's just, I walked into it. Even when I was a toddler, I remember, showing my mother drawings when I was like 3 or 4 years old, literally drawing Betty Boop and Bart Simpson. So, I was born into it.
So if you were not an artist, what would you do?
You know, Historically, I would say that I would be a philosopher,
Okay.
but technically I am a philosopher, and I began to shift my perspective on that. And I look at my work as a means of like understanding the world, excuse me. So yeah, philosopher, but I'm kind of like owning that as well.
What are you currently listening to in the studio?
Ah, primarily Alice Coltrane. Alice Coltrane, who was John Coltrane's wife. She is from Detroit and she is so exceptional. Her work is so cosmic and out of this world. So that's my soundtrack mostly.
I have to ask,
Yes.
what are these?
Whew, so I was really interested in ways that I can frame my work, and actually, I have one over here. So I have my really dear friend, Joanne, who is an exceptional seamstress. I threw some sketches out there to her and told her I'm interested in framing my works using sculptural elements. And yeah, this is the beginning of it. I'm excited to see the evolution of the sculptural elements to the work.
What's your star sign?
I am Cancer. We are in Cancer season as we're filming this. So, yes, Cancer.
I take it you believe in star signs and what they're.
I do, because people lie, numbers can lie, but the stars do not lie. So, I do believe in astrology. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the exhibition coming up in 2025.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I am excited. So I've created this mythos inspired by a young brother named Iceberg. Actually, this is the main character who is inspired by my middle son. So he's leading this expedition of folks to Antarctica, and the exhibition is essentially going to be an epic that that shows, his illustrates his travels. So I've been referencing a lot of 16th century maps, which the maps were very different then, and there are worlds outside of the ice wall in these maps, which Game of Thrones reference, by the way. So I decided to go there and to like use my imagination and these historical references to build up this narrative. So that's the basis of the exhibition. Yeah.
So what makes this show different from other shows you've done?
That's a good question. When I think about each exhibition that I do, my last one was this past winter, I look at each exhibition as a level up. So technically, since then, I should have theoretically like improved in my painting skills. I should be smarter, sharper. So I think this is going to just be a fire show. I mean, I'm putting my all into it. I've been like working out, exercising, so I can like literally make the work. So I just think this one is better because I'm wiser. And I'll be turning 42 this year. So it's a special year.
I love it. I love it. Can you tell us the show's title?
It is titled Another World and Yet the Same. And it's actually inspired by a 16th century dystopian satire. And yeah, I'm excited about it.
What is your favorite material to work with and why?
Whew. I'm a drawer. I like ink. If you look back at my older works, I will work grayscale. I'll, do sometimes black ink on black paper. And I just love the fluidity of the ink. And, you just have to be very decisive in your mark making with the inks. So that's probably my favorite. And has ink in it. So, yeah.
Got it. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite snack to snack on in this studio?
Whew. So right now, I'm going through a pickle phase, like pickled okra, pickled kettle chips. So it's the pickle.
Okay. All right. Describe the city of Detroit in 3 words.
Okay. Luxury,
Okay.
Renaissance, and hustlers.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Detroit hustle hard. Like we some hustlers.
What can we find you doing when you're not making all this incredible art?
Honestly, I am such a nerd, you guys. I am researching. I am like heavy researching. All I do all day, every day is I'm like watching documentaries, combing through the archives. Yeah, and with the family, but a lot of research as well.
Do you work with other artists ever?
Well, so not really, but as I mentioned earlier, my friend Joanne, who is the seamstress, I've been working collaboratively with her to bring these sculptural elements to life that I've been thinking about. So yeah, I guess you can say that.
You could have dinner or a cocktail with one person, dead or alive. Who would you pick?
I'll say like my great grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why not?
why not?
So how do you conduct the research? You mentioned you watch documentaries, you read. Is there anything else that you do? Or that
Yeah.
you Wellin?
So I call it information mining, which consists of combing through archives. So for one, the Wellin has a very rich archive. The Detroit Library here has a rich archive. So I'm just combing through those. The Library of Congress is one of my favorite go-to archives to look into. And I just listen to music. When I'm embarking on a new body of work, I'm just allow myself to be open. So conversations with people as I travel, as I'm walking through the neighborhood, I'm taking in like everything. I utilize all those elements for the work. So yeah, I use some of everything.
Who's your role model?
Who is my role model? Oh, that is such a good question. I used to say Master P. Master P because back in the day, he had what was the film called? I Got the Hookup. And he had his own telephone line. He had rap snacks. He had his own like ramen noodles and cereal. So I just really respect like the diversity of his products. So I'm Master P. You didn't expect that.
No, I
I
didn't. Let's chat fashion. Your
Okay.
favorite fashion designer, a look, an era, favorite piece of clothing?
Yeah, I'm going to say my fashion influence is Detroit. And I'll describe Detroit as like, it's very luxurious kind of, like I've been really into a lot of local brands. This is one of them, 313. Um, I also love the Motown era, which I get a lot of the inspiration for my works from. Just the opulence of it, the sequence, the hair. So I've been really focused in Detroit. And also, fun fact, Detroit, I should still be, but it's the hair capital, by the way. So back in the 90s, we would wear the big ponytails, all types of braids, really avant-garde styles, which are coming back in style. So I've been, thinking a lot about that as well. So Detroit, I would just say all the eras of Detroit, from 90s as far back as Motown, 60s, 70s.
As an artist, do you ever get writer's block?
No, I never. I never, because what happens, um, even when I'm not working or painting, I'm thinking about it. Even when I'm resting, I'm thinking about it. So my whole life, I've literally it's been consistent in terms of practice. So not really.
So this fall, we have a show opening titled Menagerie at the museum.
Okay.
It's in honor of our collection. It's all focused on animals and artwork. We have to know what your favorite animal is.
It's a dragon.
Okay.
It is a dragon, and they're all throughout my work. And one of the stories that I love to tell is when I moved to Detroit, I noticed that there's a lot of dragon motifs in the architecture here, and I just love it. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for having us. Another World and Yet the Same opens in fall 2025 at the
Yes.
Museum of Art, and we cannot wait. Thank you
Looking
again for having
forward.
us today.
Thank you for coming.